They ate themselves. Part 5. Nene couldn't sleep. Every night she lay awake, haunted by the realization of what the villagers were unknowingly consuming. She watched them, mothers feeding their children, elders chewing slowly, men boasting about how Babagora's meat gave them strength. The horror pressed down on her chest like a boulder, but she couldn't expose him with just lab tests and whispers. She needed undeniable proof, something no one could deny. So one night, when the village had gone quiet and the moon hid behind clouds, Nene crept out of her room. She wrapped herself in a dark shawl and moved like a shadow through the sleeping village, her heart pounding with every step. She made her way to the back of Babagora's compound, where the thick wooden smokehouse stood. Always sealed, always locked, no one was allowed inside. That was where the truth awaited. She waited for hours behind a mango tree, watching. At last, when the butcher's light went out, she approached the smokehouse. The door was old but strong, sealed with a thick iron lock. But Nene had come prepared. From her bag, she pulled out a small metal tool and began working, her hands trembling. After several minutes, the door gave way. With a soft click, she opened the door. The smell hit her first stick, sickly sweet, like meat left out too long inside. The smokehouse was lined with hooks, ropes, and stained knives. She stepped in slowly, her torchlight revealing rows of drying meat, human limbs, ribs and torsos, some fresh and others in stage of decay. She stumbled back in horror, gasping. In a corner under a blood-stained cloth, she found a pile of personal items, necklaces, clothes, even a child sander. She knew these weren't just trophies. These were what remained of the missing. Nene fumbled for her camera and started taking pictures. Evidence, proof, everything she needed. Her hands moved fast, but her mind screamed for her to run. She turned to leave, and that's when she heard the voice. "You shouldn't be here." Babagora stood in the doorway, a butcher's blade in his hand, eyes glowing in the dark. For the first time, the one smile was gone. In its place was something cold, inhuman. Nene froze. "You are not just a food lover, are you?" he said calmly, stepping inside. "You are one of those nosy ones, always poking around, always ruining the feast." She backed away, clutching the camera to her chest. "You could scream," he said, "but no one will hear you. They sleep well after my meat." With trembling courage, Nene dashed past him, knocking over a table. He lunged, grabbing her scarf, but she slipped free and ran barefoot, bleeding, breathless into the forest path behind the village. She didn't stop until the sun rose, and even then her lungs burned, her legs shook. But she held the camera close. She had seen the truth. She had escaped death. But Babagora now knew her face, and she knew this wasn't over.